Yeah, no, I think we can be pretty pleased. I think the second half after the rock was a little bit tougher than the first half. The first half was probably went very, very well, even though we had some troubles after the start. But yeah, we were just sailing away from our opposition and rounded the rock in really, really good shape. And then on the way back, it was mostly downwind, and yeah, it was a bit tougher than the way up. But yeah, I think we managed to hang in there, and we really focused on ourselves, focused on just doing all the manoeuvres well and all the changes well. And I think, yeah, looking back at the amount of time that we've had so far, I think we can be pretty pleased with how we performed. I think this went really, really well. I think we can be really happy with that. Yeah, I think obviously the 5 girls that already contracted, yeah, sort of, yeah, we were, you know, getting to know each other better and better. And now the 4 girls that have joined for this race, I think we've really felt as a team and a group, and I think you can really see that the training and the hard work that we've put in has paid off. We've had exceptionally good weather. It was a very easy Fastnet in a way. Well, there's been a few around that are in much rougher conditions, so you could sort of say we had it easy. But still, you know, you got to get around the race course in good shape, and you got to do everything properly. And I think that's what we focused on, and I think we can be happy that we did that well.
We're looking almost as though you're going to beat the boys. They caught up with you though.
They did. They had a bigger sail up. No, I think we did exceptionally well on the first half. Like I said, until the rock, we were pulling away from them easily, and you sort of scratch your head, how is this happening? But yeah, we were sailing the boat really well, and tactically we were playing the shifts really well as well. So and then on the way down, it sort of turned around a little bit. They came with pressure from behind. They had a slightly bigger sail. Makes their life a little bit easier, makes our life a little bit harder, yeah. And they sort of closed the gap, and then eventually found a moment where they could pass us, and you know, we tried to hang in there, and we did towards the end. We're only 13 minutes behind, and I think we still beat them on corrected time, so we still beat them. Well, it's a big boat, and you can't really sail this boat with 9 people. So yeah, we're 12 on board, and but we haven't reached the stage yet where we can fully sail the boat on our own. And you know, it's thanks to the coaches that we're also able to do this and perform how we performed. So big thank you to them.
But great result, and very close at the end as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really good start. We had a bit of a bad surprise on the start because our tack ram blew up, so we were a little bit handicapped off the start line. So that was quickly repaired by the crew, who did a really good job, because that's one of those things that you can end up completely destroying a sail at the same time. So we managed to save the sail. And then tacking through the Solent's always amazing. It's quite hard to do any kind of strategy whatsoever when you have to sail through 300 boats, but we made it out okay. And then the race as a whole was brilliant. Another one. They're always pretty good because there's lots of snakes and ladders. We played that game, and we won some and we lost some, and I learned loads, and I think everyone in the crew did. And I think we're quite proud of how we sailed and how we did all our sail changes, our manoeuvres, everything went really smoothly. And okay, the weather was quite kind to us, but definitely I think all the training we're doing is worthwhile and showing up. Yeah, we were quite pleased to be ahead of them going around the rock. So that was a little bit of a private achievement for us, and even though they beat us in here, we didn't quite have the same sails on the way back, so we were struggling a bit without a spinnaker, and so I wasn't really surprised that they caught us up on the way back. Then it was a bit frustrating because then we had kind of the rich got richer on the way back as well, so it was a bit of a struggle until they parked here and waited for us. Very gallant of them.
Well, it was very close at the end.
Yeah, it was.
Now, solo sailing, you've done a lot of solo sailing. How does it compare being on a fully crewed boat?
It's really different sailing in a fully crewed boat. Everyone has their own job, so everyone's doing everything to perfection, and there's no excuses, and it's 100% all of the time, and there's always someone up, awake, concentrated, helming and trimming. And when you're single-handed sailing, it's a bit more. You have to do everything, and you have to adapt, and you have to be. You never take your foul weather gear off pretty much in a race like that. You just be full on all the time, and 10-minute cat naps. But actually, as a navigator, it wasn't far different for me because there were lots of things to check and choices to make, and I don't think the navigators got much sleep on this race.
How much sleep did you get?
I lay down in the bed twice for an hour each time in the whole race.
So you haven't slept since Sunday? Really?
Yeah, more than I would have done if I'd done it single-handedly.
Well, that's very true. So if you had
it's actually quite a luxury, really.
So if you had to sum up the Fastnet 2013, what would it be?
Summing up the Fastnet 2013, I think for me it's just another big part of the learning curve, and another Fastnet race. I think it's number 5 for me.
I think so.
And it always seems to be the same. I never get to see the rock because it's always dark, and it's always like this when we arrive in Plymouth.
Sam Davis, thank you very much.
Thanks.